Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2011. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into the charts. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are trading lower by about 1 point today, but nonetheless, a big reversal day yesterday. You could see a pretty good decline in the market, and today futures are just holding steady, just down about 1 point. When the markets are trading lower, usually means one thing, that the US dollar index is trading higher, and that certainly is the case this morning. The dollar is trading higher by another 25 cents. Pretty good little pop this morning in the dollar. We'll see if it can last. Usually when the dollar goes up, the stock market goes down and vice versa. So we'll see that dollar relationship. If the dollar could pull back a little bit, we'll watch for these markets to inflate sometime today. This is the Wednesday before options expiration. This is also a big options expiration because it is quadruple witching. That is when everything under the sun will expire on Friday. So a little unusual, but every quarter, at the end of every quarter, you do get a quadruple witching expiration. So you have to watch for that. It will be volatile. So we'll watch the dollar here, and we'll watch the market. Again, if the dollar goes up, the market will go down, but expect a lot of volatility today. Whipsaw Wednesday is notorious for being the most volatile trading day leading up to options expiration during the week. Okay, so watch for that. Couple of things to go over this morning that I'm seeing here in the market is the Asian ADRs. Now, yesterday, you saw stocks like Baidu sell off. They're selling off a little bit lower. These stocks look like they want to go lower. The Shanghai index was down sharply last night. I believe it was down, if I'm not mistaken, about 9 tenths of 1%. This is another decline in the Chinese market. So watch all the Chinese ADRs. Baidu looks like it does want to go lower. Maybe, it sold off already this morning. There's going to be some support around the 118 level if it does get down there. Watch Sina Corp. This one could also be under some pressure. Um, I don't really have a great level for this one, and it's oversold, so you got to be a little bit careful here. But nonetheless, all of these Chinese ADRs, if the U.S. markets are weak, will come under pressure. They've already been under pressure for the most part, and they can continue. Now, the Indian Sensex, all the Indian ADRs could come under pressure. Last night, the Sensex was down about 0.8%, but nonetheless, it has declined again. So you want to be careful there. All of the Indian ADRs, stocks like Tata Motors, which are very, very oversold on the daily chart, could go a bit lower. I don't have a real good support level until around $15.50. So you want to watch that there. I'm looking at some other names, Infosys, which is always an Indian favorite, Indian ADR favorite. This stock, it's even though it's a little bit oversold, this can go right back down to 49 bucks. So again, if the U.S. markets are soft today or they're a little bit weak, watch the Chinese and the Indian ADRs. They could be vulnerable to further declines. Okay, let's take a look at oil today. If you look at spot crude, I believe is down about $1.50 at the moment, trading around $98.75 a barrel. Let's just take a look at the USO. That is trading a bit lower as well, down to around $38, closed at 38.61. So oil pulling back a little bit today. There's really nothing that I'm seeing really terrible or great. It looks like just oil is pulling back, and we got to watch that and let the chart pattern form. Not seeing anything, one way or the other. Gold. Let's take a look at the GLD today. GLD is trading around 158.50. Yesterday closed at 158.45. Gold is now a little bit oversold. It will be coming up into the GLD, I should say, is a little bit oversold. It will be coming up into support levels. It's already at one at the moment. So again, gold is a little bit oversold. While I'm not bullish on gold for the rest of the year into 2012, I do think that gold, will still get bounces from time to time, and we could be nearing a level for a gold bounce. Let me take a look here at silver. The SLV, we'll use that as a proxy, and you could see the SLV today trading right around $29.25. Yesterday closed at $29.82. So a pretty good little sell-off in silver. Silver is definitely on the weaker side. And again, that's all on the back of dollar strength. Dollar moves up. The markets, commodity markets, and the precious metals these days are moving lower. So again, we'll watch that relationship closely. Couple of stocks that I'm looking at this morning. AAWW was one I saw earlier. I don't know what the deal is here, so just we'll leave it alone. I never like to see when bars just go sideways like that, so I'm not going to really comment on that one too much. But I did see that it was um, it was pretty active this morning at some point. Let's take a look at FSLR. This is an important name. This stock is getting clipped this morning, trading lower. There's nothing I really would do with FSLR here. It's a pretty good sell-off. The stock is just in a downtrend. Hard to make much out of it. This is a new, multi-year low for the stock, trading around the 36 level. So again, be a little bit on the cautious side with it, but I really don't see any real reason to own FSLR at the moment. Let's take a look at LNG. I'm not sure what the news is here, but the stock sold off yesterday, probably earnings, and it's down pretty sharply today. Again, this can go lower. It really has support at two levels, $7.35, and also all the way down to around $6. So pretty good sell-off on LNG. Do not get in front of it, as it may have more downside here if it fails to hold this 850 area. Let me take a look. Broadcom, that's a little bright spot for the markets today. Broadcom making a real nice pop, trading up around the $30 area after closing at $28.19. Broadcom could have some strength, but again, this market's going to have to show strength. If the market's weak, Broadcom could fade back down a little bit, so you got to be really, really careful. 31 is a very, very important level for Broadcom to get above. I'm not sure it can do it today, but we'll watch for the chart pattern as it develops. I'd love to give you guys a pre-market trade here, but it really is very, very tough this morning, and you're dealing with significant market pressures, whether it's Europe, whether it's China, and also sentiment now is getting very, very bearish. So you always have to put that, take that into consideration. So that's what I'm watching for Broadcom. It is having a nice move. It may show some good strength today, but it really needs to trade higher. And like I said, a ton of resistance at $31 in the near term. So we'll see if it can muster some more strength. But once again, please keep on your chart at all time a chart of the U.S. dollar. Watch that closely. If the dollar moves up, the markets will move down. And if the dollar moves down, the markets will inflate and catch a bit higher. It's just that simple these days, but always tough to pick out the exact patterns that are in place. Okay, that's really all that I'm seeing at the moment. We'll leave it short and sweet today. And have a great trading day, everybody. We will see you all again tomorrow. Take care now.